What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Socially Awkward Podcast. My name is Adam. I'm back again with my friend Ryan. How you doing, sir?
Pretty good, man. I guess better than your ass, but yeah, I'm pretty good.
Dude, first of all, Ryan's being very hurtful right now for goddamn no one.
It's out of love.
No one knows what reason. I couldn't tell you. He's just a mean-spirited person.
Just a mean motherfucker today.
Hey, I'm using this new Go XLR, so let me know. The music may sound louder on your end, so let me know if it's like loud or overbearing for you.
I don't even hear anything besides the intro music that you did. Besides now, I don't hear nothing. Oh, actually, I faintly hear it. Yeah, no.
Nothing? Okay, we'll go one more click there. I'm going. All right, so welcome, guys. Welcome back to the podcast. So I'm going to get something out of the way real quickly. Okay. I somehow, no fucking clue, got Bell's palsy over the weekend. Okay. So, and for those of you who don't know what Bell's palsy is, it makes you look retarded. Okay.
Okay. It makes me look like Sloth from Goonies.
Yeah. So here's the rub, guys. I'm 6'5", 225 pounds, 151 IQ. This kind of thing just doesn't normally happen to people like me, but it did. Okay, here we are. I got a fever Saturday night, and it got pretty high. It got up to like 106.7. I was fucking burning alive. I wake up Sunday morning, and I'm in a pool of sweat. Obviously, my fever broke for like an hour, and I got up to take a shower. And when I was in the shower, I was brushing my teeth. And when I went to go spit, watch this. Like, here's me trying to pierce my lips, and symmetrically. I'm not making a joke.
Can you whistle?
This all makes sense soon, guys. Okay. No. Okay. So. So I went to go spit like some water or toothpaste or whatever out, and it came just shooting out of the side of my mouth. And I was like, that's fucking weird. Obviously, I've been spitting my whole life. So I tried a couple more times, and I called Katrina in the bathroom, in the shower, and I'm like, dude, there's something going on with my face. Like, I can't, like this, my mouth's not working. And my original thought was, did I have a mini stroke in my sleep or something? That's because when you think of the left side of your face, you start immediately obviously thinking something like to do with a stroke. Mm-hmm. So, but I had no other symptoms. My left side didn't hurt, like nothing else except just my mouth. Well, besides the obviously fever and all that stuff. So I had a fever off and on for a couple of days. And then finally yesterday, Katrina called our primary care physician, but they were completely, they're swamped right now because I guess COVID and everybody thinking they have COVID, like everybody's going to the doctor.
Yeah.
And so, but a nurse was able to call us back, and we had a phone call with her nurse, and her nurse said, look, we're swamped, but there's some like urgent care places around here. There's the ER. I think you should go be seen. We told her all stuff going on. And she's the one that suggested it could be Bell's palsy, which I've heard of, but I didn't really know, never knew what it was. So, to Katrina's credit, she made me get up. She made me take a shower. I took a shower. She had to make me take a shower, but she made me get up. She got me out the door. We went to the ER. We sat there for a while. They're pretty busy. And then, long story short, I did a CAT scan. Nothing's wrong with my head. They did blood work. There's no liver damage. Like nothing else was wrong with me except that I had a fever and a fucked up face. So they said, "Yep, you have Bell's palsy." I got some steroids. I got some antiviral medicine, and he said, hopefully within like a week you'll get like 20 to 30%, hopefully, of that function back, but it could take some people, you don't normally get it all back in like 4 to 6 weeks, some people months, some people never comes back. So if it never comes back, I'm giving this a month and I'm blowing my brains out.
Shut up.
I look stupid. Well, I can't even say stupid. I look stupid.
It's kind of improvement on you, so it's okay.
Dude, it's bizarre. Have you ever experienced any kind of paralysis anywhere?
Besides sleep paralysis? No.
Oh, you've had sleep paralysis?
Yeah.
Have we talked about this before?
Not that much, no.
Oh, we should talk about this because
it wasn't really sleep paralysis. I will say this: it was a dream inside of a dream. So I was dreaming, I couldn't move, Actually, no, it was sleep paralysis.
That's sleep paralysis.
Yeah. So I've had that before, and that's not cool.
Did you just have it just the once?
I had it once, and yeah, I will say once that I completely remember. I remember another time that it felt like I couldn't move, and it felt like something was grabbing my leg, and I woke and my whole leg was just tingling, like I felt like pins and needles. I'm like, what the fuck? I like had to jerk myself out of sleep.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah.
oh,
So
yeah, I'm sorry, cut you off. Go ahead.
no, that was cool. But the first time I ever had that, I was a kid and I had a dream that I was getting chased by a little like dog. You remember the movie Tales in the Hood? I don't know if you probably never saw
Is
it.
that like Tales from the Crypt except for black people?
Yeah. So it was yeah.
I was guessing. I don't know.
Honestly,
I've never heard
no,
of that.
you're absolutely right. It was and it was a movie, and they had these little dolls on there one time, and that like voodoo dolls that came alive and had like spirits of old slaves in there from slavery time, and they would like yeah. So anyway, long story short, I was watching that, and I had a dream. I guess I fell asleep, and I had a dream that they was chasing me, and I was at my house.
That's fucking
And
terrifying.
right? I'm like fucking. They was like banging on the door.
How old were you?
I was I was thinking I was 11 or 12.
So young enough to actually be scared to shitless by it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I was sleeping in my room by myself, and I used to fall asleep with the TV on. And so I'm like, okay, cool. And I was sleeping, dreaming. I didn't know I was dreaming. No, I knew I was dreaming. I want because I like had that dream. I was like, oh shit, it's a nightmare, blah blah blah, whatever. And then I thought I woke up because every time before like something bad happens in your dream, you know how you wake up, like you about to get caught or something like that. And they was about to catch me, and then I woke up. I said, whoo. And so I woke up in my bed. And I was like, all right, cool. And the TV is on. Like, I don't remember that being on. I like that channel. Well, that's weird. And I was like, did somebody come in my room? Like, whatever, I don't care. And all of a sudden, I turn over, and then the door busts open. The little things come running after me again.
Oh, so you're still in the dream?
I had a dream inside of another dream. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not
up.
sleep paralysis then.
And I woke up and like
Okay.
So yeah, so I don't know like if you call that sleep paralysis or not, but that was like that shit was scary.
Sounds like almost like a in between like lucid dream, maybe something like that. I don't know.
That shit was scary as fuck. And
I bet.
Fuck.
Especially when you think you're awake and then you see the shit.
Yeah. I thought I was fucking like the whole. It was like the whole room was the same and everything. I was like, fuck. And then just like boom. The only thing that was different was what was playing on TV. I was like, I don't remember that channel be on that channel. That was one thing in my head that wasn't the same, and it just like triggered everything. Like, bah!
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, but
yeah, I had sleep paralysis. So, boss, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 years ago, we lived in this apartment, and I had a job where, for the first time in my life, I've always had like daytime jobs, but at this particular time, I got this job, and the only position they had, Katrina's cousin got me this job. The only position they had was a night shift, and from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. And I've never worked a night shift before. And I found out after the fact that when you have a drastic change in your sleep schedule, that can lead to cause sleep paralysis. And I'd never heard of sleep paralysis. I'd never even heard anybody know stories about it. Nothing. So when I experienced this, it was like raw dog. Okay. And so I'd been working there for a while, and I wake up one morning, or I don't know, I forget what time of day it was. I think I like came home, got in bed at like, cause I got off at 6, I'll be home by like 6:30, come home, take a shower, then I get in bed, but Katrina's like still asleep most of the time. Okay. So I'm laying there next to Katrina, and the first time, dude, it was one of the most terrifying moments of my fucking life. I'm laying there, and I wake up, like, sleep paralysis is weird because you wake up and you're actually, your brain wakes up, but it doesn't send the signal to your body that you're awake. So I'm laying there, and when they say sleep paralysis, for me anyway, I can only speak from my experience, it was literally paralyzed. I couldn't open my eyes, and I was aware. I could hear everything around me. I could I could feel Katrina next to me, and but I couldn't even make a sound. I was literally in my head. I was screaming like, this is gonna look dumb, but help, help, like I was trying to, like, with every fucking fiber in my body to like break out of it and nudge Katrina, like to let her know, like, help, getting, like, something's wrong. I didn't know what the fuck it was. I was like, dude, like, am I fucking dead right now? Like, what is this? And and then it's weird when you're in there, because you can't tell if you've been in there for 30 seconds or fucking 30 minutes. Like your time is just really weird. And I know it's not 30 minutes, but it seemed like at least probably several minutes. And then finally your brain is just able to, like, you just finally able to just kind of just peel it away and get out of it. But it took a long time. It was terrifying. I woke up and I was sweating. I woke Katrina up and I was telling her what happened, and I was like, I may have been fucking crying. I don't know. It was like terrifying. Then we started looking into it and finding out it can be caused by basically everything that I was doing. It happened multiple times. It didn't stop until I literally got out of work, stopped working third shift. It probably happened once every 6 to 12 months. So it wasn't like all the time, but it was enough to where it was fucking with me.
Yeah.
And one time, this is all in here, but one time, if you heard of, I don't know if you've ever heard of people was, I'm having trouble talking right now. I don't know if you know that, because it's hard to enunciate my words because of my,
okay. Take your time.
fucking Bell's palsy now for some reason.
I got you.
There's this one time I was laying there and I had sleep paralysis, and this was after it happened a couple of times. So it still freaks you out. Like, it's really hard to not still be scared about it, because you're not like 100% awake. You're like 75, 80. So you're awake, but you're still like, your body's in a weird in between states. Weird. I saw a red-faced, no fucking bullshit, a red-faced demon right here in front of my face, just shaking. Like, his head was just shaking really, really fast in front of my face. Like, it was meant to just fucking terrify me. And
wow.
I come to find out later too, that's a major side effect of sleep paralysis. People report seeing like demons and all kinds of shit, when they're going through it. I don't know exactly why, but yeah, it was pretty rough.
Fuck.
So
yeah,
so my sleep has been awesome for a long time.
Yeah. You had some serious fucking sleep paralysis, because I mean that's one thing I'm afraid of, and like I don't do the supernatural shit like that. Like just having like demons and like ghosts, and I'm like, I'm cool. Like no,
you believe in ghosts, though, right? I thought you said you believe in ghosts.
I do. I believe they exist. Yes. Do I fucking fuck with them and like oh yes, open myself up to them and try not? Nope. I don't like that. No.
That's not always your decision, though.
Fuck that. Yes, it is. Like anything. Like if I get a sense, I'm like, nope. Let me hear my name. Like, right? Like, nope. Did not hear that. Like, I'm in the house by myself.
Funny, dude. I used to lose sleep because that sleep paralysis. I don't know if this caused this, but that sleep paralysis, that the whole experience like freaked me out about being asleep. And even when the sleep paralysis stopped, I'm a very paranoid sleeper. So like my imagination goes crazy with like ghosts and like ghosts walking through doors or people breaking in, like anything and everything to fuck with my mind happens. I've gotten a lot better, but I used to be scared of like a ghost at night, but something happened. I don't know if I may have already told you this, but like 6 months ago, where you going? All right, 11, what time you get off? 10? Are you taking my car? Or when are you going to get your, we'll talk about it later. All right, I love you. I came to a point, I was like, I'm losing sleep over something that's literally never happened as far as like seeing ghosts or anything. So I said, you know what? If there's a ghost, like, fuck that ghost. Like, what the fuck are you going to do? You know what? I literally, Ryan, this is how bad it got. I'm laying in bed and I'm thinking to myself, I literally told myself in my sleep, because Katrina's next to me, sound asleep. She sleeps like a fucking rock. Good for her, by the way. I'm laying there and I'm like, you know what? Fucking do something. Fucking do something. You know what? I'm done being scared. Fuck you. fuck you. Like what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Punch through me? Like give me a break. You're a ghost. Suck my dick.
Okay.
Don't do that. That freaked me out. but I just chose to like stop being scared of the thought of it, and that's helped a lot. What freaks me out now is aliens walking through my door.
That freaks you out. See, that's the thing. Physical things do not freak me out, because if you're physical, you can be stopped. It's spiritual shit. Like, oh no, I can't touch you. Oh no.
I mean,
if I touch me, oh no.
If I start seeing knives fly through the air, some paranormal shit, then yeah, paranormal activity shit. Okay, fine, I'll start being scared of ghosts. But I've never seen anything move. I've never seen a ghost pick a blanket up. Like, as far as I can tell, if there is a ghost in my vicinity, they're being pussies. And I'm sorry if I just pissed you off, ghost, if you're actually in my house. But I just tell myself I'm just done. I'm done being scared of the thought of ghosts. Like, I'm fucking almost 40 years old. Stop being a pussy.
All right. Hey, shit, you got to do it. Hey, it must be nice. I'm trying to get like you, my boy.
Dude, hey, just wake up. Like, even if you think there's a ghost in your room, wake up or just sit up, just look out into like the darkness of your room and be like, bring it on, bitch, and then close your eyes and go to sleep.
No. Okay.
What do you mean no?
You do that. You let me know how it works for you.
I did. I just did.
Okay. All right. Speaking about ghosts and everything, something that
you're the segue king. Good job,
bro. Like, you know,
that was legendary segue.
Something that happened. Segued into this is just we lost another one. Bob Saget passed this week, and if you don't know what Bob Saget is, it's probably you're too young, but amazing comedian, great comedian, and well known from TV sitcoms, and also Full House. You know, that's the main sitcom, and another one, America's Funniest Home Videos.
I forgot he did that.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
He did that for a long time, didn't he?
A long time.
Wow. What a career.
He was a host for that. Right, exactly. But he was an amazing stand-up comedian too. Real funny guy. And what threw me off about Bob was this: is that he was very vulgar with adults.
Yeah.
Only with adults. He was like very nasty and vulgar. Not nasty and like mean. He was very like just like explicit.
Yeah.
With adults.
Very raunchy comedy.
With kids, he was very loving and caring.
Yeah.
And a lot of people tried to make him look out like a bad guy. And I was waiting for everybody to like all the cancel culture and all shit like to really try to attack him. And some people tried, but every kid that has been out there that he's worked with has said nothing but good things about him.
So no Olsen twins saying Bob did this or that.
No. Every Olsen twins, everyone he's worked with in Full House, has always said that he's always been very respectful. Has always been like that honest to God father figure, and always been took care of him in a great way. Nothing sexual like that. I was like, good, that's awesome.
Yeah,
because I would hate for people to be doing that shit, and after you died, like, oh yeah, he did this. Like, nah, yeah, he was vulgar with adults, and some adults say, hey, yeah, you's a fucking raunchy ass dude. But that's adults. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, it wasn't even like he never had no sexual harassment.
It's comedy too. So I mean,
it's comedy.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Bob Saget passed, man. How do you feel about that?
I honestly, I'm not. I know his stand up is really vulgar and raunchy, which I love, but here, like, you actually took the words out of my mouth. Bob Saget, before I even knew he did comedy, I only knew him from Full House, which is because I was young when that show was first came out. And then when I grew up, I didn't really watch comedy that much because we didn't have like any cable or anything to watch specials or anything like that growing up. So when I saw that he did stand up, and then I think I saw him on the Joe Rogan podcast, I'm like, wait, this guy is fucking not the guy from Full House, not even a little bit. And it kind of threw me for a loop. I'm like, wait, this guy's a fucking crazy person. And he's very vulgar. Like, he's the exact opposite person from Full House. And it really shocked me when I found out who he really is. and I don't even mean that in a bad way. It was just shocking.
Yeah.
But what was I going to say about that? So I got a little bit of fuzzy brain going on
So
here.
you got some fog going on. I get it. It's all good. But no,
go ahead, please.
You know what's interesting about him is that he did a lot of writing too. He wrote a lot. Like he produced it. He produced Full House. That was his show, and even the new one, Fuller House, that was on Netflix picked up. So he helped with that one too, I believe.
So how does Bob Saget, with that kind of raunchy comedy brain, spit out something like Full House? That's like a cookie cutter.
They actually did. He did a special comedy set special. The first one I really watched as an adult of his. He came out. He's like, "This ain't fucking Full House." So if you think it's that, he was like, "Fuck you." He was like that. That's back then. He said, "That was ABC money. That was that Disney money." I was going for that shit, and he was going off about. I'm like, "Holy shit!" They're like, he said, "Fuck DJ Tanner and fuck." He said, "They got me some money and we got paid." He's like, "Oh, I mean, he stated, it's all jokes and everything like that." But
yeah,
he pitched something else. Oh, they actually did a what was it? Back in the day, they was doing specials about that, like documentary specials. They did one for Saved by the Bell. They did one for Full House, like behind the scenes, and had like people portray the actors a certain way. And they did that, and they showed Bob Saget. They tried to make him out almost like a creep, but he like he wasn't a creep. And he's like, no, I didn't like that, and they actually had all the reunion of the Full House cast. It's like, yeah, that's kind of fucked up, but they did say Bob was very like not really controlling. He wanted Full House when he pitched it to ABC. It wasn't like how you saw it on.
Was it supposed to be a little edgier then?
Yeah.
Okay.
And ABC's like, we like the whole thing and this and the family thing, but it's been done. And he changed, like, okay, it's a single dad. And they're like, well, we don't know if it's going to go over with the family thing because it's a dad, dad's like, and girls and
then the uncle there and all that shit.
Exactly. And so he's like, all right, but so they had to switch up the whole premise of it. So he said, fuck him. Like he was like, whatever, you guys do what you want, and I'm gonna fucking just get this money. So, and it worked for a couple, like a good amount of seasons,
Yeah.
And
well, it's cool too that like the Olsen twins, that there's never, because it's always disappointing whenever like there's people that are like talented and then you find out later they were like bad on set, or they were like creeps, or like there was some shit with like the younger, like the Olsen twins, if there would have been anything like inappropriate there. So it sounds like he was someone, like he was a comic, and like I think the reason his image, it was hard to swallow that, was because of Full House. I mean, if you'd seen his stand up first, then it wouldn't be no big surprise to you, and you'd be like, Full House, he's faking that shit. But which, I mean, he's acting, so I don't know why that'd be surprising. But when you only know him for Full House, and then you see his stand up, he's like, oh, this motherfucker's a crazy person.
I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, because you can't go from any more cookie cutter to rated R any like 0-60 any quicker than that. Then go watch Full House and then go watch some of his stand-ups. Like, oh, that's different fucking realities right there. I guess is a testament to his acting. Exactly.
And I guess people expect that whole controversy shit, because you remember Pee Wee Herman, Pee Wee Playhouse and shit like that.
Yeah, I remember Pee Wee Herman. Was he jerking off in theaters and shit?
Right? And like a kid's show, like literally a kid's show to, boop, guess what? You got caught jerking off in the adult theater. And he got flamed or whatever, but I mean, it is like fucking. It was at first they said, and he got caught jerking off in a theater, but they didn't say it was an adult theater. I'm like, but still, I'm like, fucking whatever.
Oh, it was an adult theater.
It was an adult theater.
So he wasn't jerking off watching like Spider-Man or something.
No, yeah, correct.
Okay.
Yeah. It was an adult theater.
That's kind of to be expected then. It's an adult theater. Like, dude, I like him now. Well, first of all, you're fucking, like, who came up with the name Pee Wee Herman? That just sounds like a pedophile waiting to happen. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I mean, why don't you just name him Ryan DePaul? I mean, same fucking thing. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. I can't smile right now.
That's what you guys get.
Embarrassing. Like, yeah. Making fun of Ryan.
But also, and like even with the whole like Bill Cosby thing, you know, that's why people like expect like people, comedians or actors, male actors that do production and films with child actors and actresses. They're like, okay, that's how were you in that situation? So people expect to hear controversy and like, oh yeah, he was very inappropriate or like, nah, man.
Yeah,
like,
I don't think people were expecting that from Bill Cosby. He was like America's dad for a little while.
Exactly.
Cosby Show, and then motherfuckers drugging women, and I was like, dude, that's low as it gets right there.
I was like, fuck, man.
Dude,
But yeah,
while we're oh, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
While we're on the topic, how do you feel about like where do you stand with Michael Jackson? And well, I'll give you a second to think about that because
I only need a second. I got it.
Go ahead.
I think Michael didn't do anything. I think here's the thing: when you have a lot of money, and we kind of touched on this one, but when you have a lot of money, people are going to come at you, even if you have the best intentions.
Yeah.
People are going to hate and come at you, be jealous, and like they'll be going to be envious. On multiple levels. It can be oh, you didn't give me the attention that I wanted, or oh, you didn't fall into this trap that I was trying to set, or oh, I want some of your money, I need help, so I'm gonna make some lies with you. The whole now, I would say this: I don't give a fuck how rich I get. I love kids, like children, like I love kids. Like kids are everything. I think they're precious. They're amazing. They're great. I'm not having hella people's kids I don't fucking know over to my house to have a sleepover. I mean, I don't even have kids. I don't like. Hey, Michael, more power to you. Rest in peace, brother. But I'm not doing that because like my kids act up. I give them that look. You already know what that fucking means. I'm like, hey, I gotta do it again. The other eyebrow comes up. Your ass in trouble. So I don't even watch my nieces and nephews or my cousins like that. I'm like, because if I can't whoop your ass, I don't know how your mama trains you and teach you. So, and just for that reason, it's like, you know, granted now with everything with cameras and everything and technology, everybody can see everything. But back then it was like, seriously, really, like, do you really want to put yourself in that situation? And Michael, he had so much innocence. Like he really just because he had an abusive childhood. You know, with
his dad was abusive, right?
Joe Jackson would literally probably beat the black off your ass. But
looks like he did. He was fucking white, man.
And that's the thing is though, it's like, you know, Michael, he just had so much love and compassion. But that's the side you saw. Michael with adults, they got films, like not film. Okay, they got film and recording of him talking like with the adults. And Michael would drop the F-bomb and like this. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of this bullshit. You wouldn't expect it from Michael. You know, Michael Jackson. Like I heard a clip that they were talking about him and touring, and he was like, Michael, we need you to act like you like it. He's like, but I don't like this shit. I hate touring. This fucking shit is bullshit. And he said, fine, I'll give you what you want. And he was like, I love touring. And they started fucking cracking. He's like, what? That's what you fucking want, right? What the fuck? And like to hear Michael in his voice say all that, I was like, he was a real human being. He wasn't like that fake persona. And back to your question though, what I think about it, should he fucking have kids over like that?
Yeah, but if you're not doing anything, like I get the public perception.
Yeah.
But that's their problem. I mean,
exactly.
Look, when that shit first came out, like the years are all jumbled up. I don't know when those accusations first started. I think most people, and I was much younger then, so I was an idiot. Most people are like, God damn, that sucks. Fucking Michael Jackson messing with kids, you know, and you just kind of assume that 'cause that's in the news, that's what the stories are. That you kind of assume that's. But then years go by, and you start hearing like even Macaulay Culkin. He was on was he on the Joe Rogan podcast? Yeah, he was on there, but I don't know if this is where I heard him talk about this. He was talking about how he was over there when he was much younger, and he said there was no funny business.
Yeah.
Like he went over there and he may sit. Don't quote me on this, but I think he said he may have even slept in the same fucking room as Michael.
He did. No, I remember that it wasn't even Joe Rogan podcast. I heard that, but he did one before. Macaulay Culkin said, "No, yeah, nothing happened." He testified in court and everything. He said nothing happened. Like there was no funny business. They slept in the same room. They had a big enough bed. Some kids slept in the same bed with Michael, and nothing still happened. It was like no, and I mean that's like perception of reality, and whatever you think. People have different perceptions and opinions about certain shit, about sleeping in bed. Like, would you sleep in the bed with another person's child? I probably wouldn't.
I wouldn't do it. But you know what, Michael? But here's look, and I'm no Michael fucking philosopher or expert or anything. Okay, but I can make that connection. Like when he got his childhood fucking completely stripped away at a very young age. I mean, he was a fucking, forgive me for this terminology, he was like a fucking work slave for his fucking father. I mean,
he was workhorse.
I mean, his dad, I mean, it was music and nothing else. It was perfection. It was music. I mean, he would get beat if he wasn't doing it right. I mean, he wasn't able to have a childhood. So when he got older and became a bazillionaire, he wanted, was it Neverland or whatever he called it?
Yeah. Neverland.
Yeah. And then he had kids over because I think he was obsessed with kids having fun and being kids and having that experience. And look, is there a possibility, something maybe, I mean, we'll never know now, but I mean, I don't know, like anybody that says they were there, that as far as I know, I could be wrong, but I think most people are like, I've never experienced that.
I don't think that there was no possibility. And I want to tell you why. He actually had to go fight in court for this. And it was proven that no, there was no funny business. People tried to sue him afterwards, and the parents of one of the kids that they tried to make say, "Oh yeah, Michael touched me inappropriately." The kid ended up saying, "No, he didn't do anything. My parents put me up to this. My parents wanted me. They kept on trying to push me on to do shit to Michael, and that wasn't the case." And when he got older, he's like, "No, it was fucked up. My parents was putting me like multiple parents trying to do that. Even what's his name? The Cory. What's his name? Cory. What's it called? Feldman. Cory Feldman.
Well, why does the name sound familiar? Who is that?
He's a child actor that hung out with Michael.
What movie was he in? That name sounds familiar. Was he in Lord of the Rings?
No. You remember Lost Boys?
Yeah, but I don't remember the actors from that.
Cory Feldman.
Here, I'll look it up real quick.
He played one of the Ninja Turtles, the voice actors of one of the Ninja Turtles, old school ones.
Oh yeah, I know who this guy is.
Yeah, so he used to hang out with Michael over at Neverland, and he even said, and he actually is a whistleblower on people in Hollywood molesting people, and he said Michael didn't do shit to no one. He said Michael was the best, like was 100% legit, and he blew the whistle off of some people and say, hey, no, there are some people in Hollywood that are molesting and fucking with little kids and doing the sex trafficking shit. So. Yeah, like so. When I say that Michael, do I believe that Michael did anything or didn't do anything? I believe 100% he did not do anything. Like the people just want to tear his ass down so much.
Yeah, I was actually looking at this. Cory Feldman says he can no longer defend Michael Jackson. This is from March 7th, 2019. But I mean, that's like years after. I mean, like what's his agenda now? Is he trying to get back in the news? Is he trying to be relevant?
Are you looking at the headline or the actual article?
Well, that's the headline that I was about to read a little bit of the article. It says, Cory Feldman wants to set the record straight and make it clear he is not here to defend Michael Jackson. The former child star appeared on CNN Headline News on Wednesday, this is 2019, to clarify comments he made on Twitter in response to HBO's airing of the documentary Leaving Neverland, which alleges the pop star sexually abused 2 children. On Monday, following the airing of the first part of the documentary, Feldman tweeted that it was one-sided. Now, despite having, and I do remember that documentary, and I remember people saying that it was slanted. I mean, you could tell they weren't going in with an unbiased.
Correct.
Like they went in with an agenda, and that was like, whether he did it or not, it was pretty clear they wanted to look like he did either way.
Yep.
Now, despite having been friends with Jackson, Feldman says he can no longer defend the singer. He began his CNN appearance by citing This is a very emotional time for him as a quote survivor of abuse, and asking viewers to put themselves in his shoes. You're a kid who's endured sexual abuse during those times. I'm looking to somebody like Michael Jackson as a friend, as a big brother figure, and he was that person to me, Feldman noted. It comes to a point where, as an advocate for victims, as an advocate for changing the statutes of limitations to make sure that victims' voices are heard, it becomes impossible for me to remain virtuous and not at least consider what is being said and not listen to the victims. Okay, so he's not even saying that he has any.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not even saying that.
Hey, Michael didn't do anything. He was my comfort. He was my big brother I can talk to. He's my protector. That's why I heard that as.
Yeah. Well, and as I was reading that, I was thinking what he's saying is he's not, because when I first started reading that, I was like, oh shit, he's actually got something on Michael. But then it became clear that he doesn't have anything either. He's just saying, well, hold on, I was sexually abused, so we got to at least listen to the victims, which I get. Mm-hmm. But if there's no fucking evidence, there's no evidence.
Exactly. And it's like, people will, something like, I tell people like past relationships and shit, even me and my wife before we got married, and like when we was building our relationship, she was hurt. She's been hurt in the past. I've been hurt in the past in relationships. And it's like, when you go looking for something, you're going to find something. And whether it's what you think it is or what you don't think it is, you're going to make it whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you're looking for something, if you think your significant other is cheating, or you're going to go look for something, you'll say, oh, who's this? That's so-and-so. Oh, why are they texting you at this time? Like, well, we have a fucking business project tomorrow, so I'll be trying to figure this out so we can get paid millions. But okay, but you're there, so it's always that other side. So you never know what's going. Like, you're gonna find whatever you when you go digging for something, you're gonna find something, and you're gonna make it look like whatever you want it to look like.
Well, I'm glad you said that. If you go looking for something, so here's my next question: why did the King of Pop, seemingly out of nowhere, all of a sudden people were like, oh, he's a child molester? Like, what was the motivation for that? Was it just the money?
So, money is one. Two, he was very feminine. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like just his persona, like the soft voice.
Yeah.
It came off very feminine, and like before it was a battle between him and Prince. It was like people thought that they were gay because you never really saw Michael dating anybody.
He was married, right, and had kids.
Before that, you never saw him dating anybody.
I never really followed his.
People thought that he got married and had kids as a publicity stunt, like just to set the record straight. That's what people thought. And so with the whole like thinking that he was gay, this is I think, was this brought up, the whole people thinking that I was gay, they were pushing that agenda that being gay is wrong, this and this and everything like that. And so it's like, oh, see, when you're gay, you play with kids. And not only this is a celebrity, so he has money, so let's go attack him and tear him down, because people love tearing fucking people down when you have money. So it's just multiple agendas that could happen. But do I know for sure? No, I'm speculating. That's just my thoughts about it. And I think it's fucked up because I mean, it's the same reason why Keanu Reeves does what he does. It's the same reason why Betty White did what she did, because she didn't want that, she or he didn't want any fucking that bullshit, and they're just being themselves, they're being right. Like, for instance, Ryan Reynolds, he's vulgar, but people love him because he's like, this is who I am.
He stays out of the bullshit too. Like, he's not putting himself in situations. Look, I would never. Let's just assume for a second Michael Jackson never did anything to any kids. It's still pretty. I hate to. At that point, he's the victim. Obviously, if he's being accused of stuff. So, and I don't want to sound like I'm victim blaming, but at some point, if you know who you are, you're rich, you're Michael Jackson, you know how it's gonna look when you let kids sleep in your room. I mean, that's. Even if people know you didn't do anything with those kids, that's still fucking that's a little off.
Yeah, no, for
So,
sure. And I mean, like, it's like, dude, like, do you, why? Like,
like, why expose yourself to that kind of public perception? You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like who was his fucking PR manager? I mean, holy shit! Like,
like
Mike, this doesn't look good at all.
now I agree with that. And here, I'm pretty sure they fucking told him that too. I'm pretty sure they were like, Mike, seriously, come on, bro. Like, this don't look good on you. Like, the kid thing angle is great, but sleeping in the bed with them, come on, like, come on. And we're not talking about sex when you're talking about sleeping in the bed with them, just like actual sleeping, resting.
You know, like I said, we're at this point. Let's just assume he didn't do anything with them. Just even what he did, if you take it at face value, still looks pretty weird.
And I get it. It's like shit. Even with myself, like I have a 5-year-old daughter. I'm like, okay, I give my daughter baths. I'm like, you're 5 now, and I'm open with my daughter, about like just being cool and everything. Hey, yeah, I don't tell my daughter to explore or stuff like that. But I'm like, I had to Google like, when's the right time for me to stop giving my daughter baths? Because I'm like, I don't want to traumatize her, and I don't want to do and have nothing inappropriate. I'm like, nah,
Yeah.
I'm not being put in that situation. Google even said, around 7 or 8, you need to stop. Let them start, like, really. You don't have to observe them, because then they can actually lift themselves out if they fall in some waters like that with no issues. I'm like, all right, that's cool.
Yeah, I have 2 daughters, and I don't remember what age it was, but it's pretty young. I remember getting to an age where, like, say I'm giving them a bath or a shower or something, and I'm like, okay, they get to a point where, okay, here, take the soap, wash your booty, wash your booty, wash your pooty, like, you wash all that shit. It's like,
yep, and that's where we at right now too. From my daughter, it's like, hey, here, I need to teach you how to wash yourself. I teach you how to wipe yourself. Come on, because one thing being lazy, but at the same time, you need to know how to do this yourself, because you're going to become of age to do this yourself. But no, yeah. So I get what you're saying about the whole Michael Jackson thing, and what's appropriate and what's not appropriate, and the PR and what people should be saying, like, hey, bro, well, seriously. And I agree with you on that part, because I would not be having kids in my bed. I don't care, like, oh, we have a big old sleep. Nah,
I'm not even a celebrity, and I wouldn't let that happen. It's like, fucking,
I'm like, nah, get
I
your
like
ass.
I like 38-year-old thoughts in my bed. That's who I like.
Right?
My bed.
That's what I'm talking about. Shit. So I'm like, no, you can't be put in that situation.
All right, so Bob Saget's goner.
Bob Saget's gone.
Rest in peace,
Young
Bob
too.
Saget.
He was 60 something.
65. Yeah, nowadays 65. Oh, did they confirm his reason for death?
So they said there was no foul play so far.
I saw that.
Or drugs. There's no evidence of foul play or drugs. I'm like, okay, that's good. He didn't have an overdose.
Like a heart attack, maybe?
They're thinking cardiac arrest. So they said that it takes and they're getting a independent autopsy to just make sure, because they don't want like nobody like, oh, fudging shit up or fucking shit up. So it takes about 4 to 12 weeks to get that actual full report.
I wonder why it would take so long, because you go in for blood work and they can tell whether you, like, let's say you went in for chest pains, they can tell you within minutes if you've had any signs of a heart attack or not.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they'll expedite it, because it's Bob Saget, but it is what it is.
Get all the ducks in a row, get the PR stuff.
Yeah.
Like, hopefully, I mean, I don't know, I'm not trying to sound like this is gonna sound bad, but hopefully it was just a heart attack. Like, hopefully it wasn't nothing fucking weird. Like, cause you hate to know that someone went out fucking miserable and did something to themselves or something weird. But
see, here's the thing. This is why people like this is crazy, because he, I guess the day before, he posted something on Twitter. Just did a 2-hour stand up. Man, it feels good to be back, and it feels good. Just remind me how good this feels to be doing this again.
Oh my gosh!
Right? I was like, fuck. And then that next day, found in the hotel dead. So
that's
I'm
crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's always kind of freaked me out a tad whenever, like, you see someone's like social media post like right before they died, and it's like that person was like, their brain was working, like they were a person just like a few minutes ago, and now they're just dead. Like that whole thing's been always a little bit of a mind fuck to me.
Dude, like, I was just talking to my wife the other day, because I was thinking, I was scrolling on social media, TikTok and Facebook and all that shit like that. And I was like, what's fucked up? And she's like, what? I was like, we have all these influencers and celebrities, not even celebrities, but like now, like influencers on social media, TikTok, and that has like big followings. Like Joe Rogan, like we'll use him for instance. He at this point he's a celebrity, so I'm not gonna use him. But like influencer, internet influencers that do all the social media that you follow. Oh, I like this person or I like this person, and then guess what? Because they're not celebrities and they're getting all that big old like traction and the movie fame like that. One day, it's just like that. You won't hear another post or hear about them because they're gone.
Yeah.
And until you're like, what happened to this person? They look, oh shit, they died. No wonder.
They kill themselves. Like, oh my God, really?
I mean, shit, what? Well, hopefully, it's not that they killed themselves, but still, yeah, exactly. I mean, you probably
That
hear
happens a
they
lot
killed
with these
themselves.
celebrities, though, because man, money
Yeah.
does not make you happy, dude.
No, it
Like,
doesn't.
if you're happy before the money, it'll make things easier, and you're like, it's weird. Like, we are not rich by any stretch of the imagination, but
Yeah.
we have a lot more money than we used to, and I don't think I'm not happier than I used to be. Like, I'm the same fucking person. I feel like it makes things easier. It just does. I mean, my car's a little bit nicer than it used to be, but I'm not like, just if you think bringing in a certain amount of money, all of a sudden that's what's gonna make you happy, dude. You need to find out why you're actually not happy. It's something from your childhood, or you're not getting enough exercise, so you're fucking depressed. I don't know what the deal is, but it's not money.
Money doesn't make you happy, but it does give you options, and that's why I'm glad I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth, because I know the struggle. I know from being like, oh, having to eat the fucking, like making a pot of spaghetti that to make it last for a whole week because off of $20, so all you got is $20. So you got to feed the fucking family. Or okay, this is what we eating: spaghetti. What's for dinner? Spaghetti. What's for lunch? Spaghetti. What's for breakfast? You gotta get that milk and cereal, and that gallon of milk. Hey, so we all know we've been there, and so it's nice. That's why I think everything happens for a reason, because you know the struggle. So it's like when you get some money and you get financially secure or stable. Let's say stable, not secure. Stable. It's like
you're not paycheck to paycheck anymore. Like,
exactly.
That's a nice feeling.
You're not. That takes so much struggle off of everything, and it's like stress over everything. Like your relationship is better because you're not fighting over money like that. The biggest thing is like, I gotta pay taxes. Fuck. It's like shit. I mean, we gotta get this going like that. But besides that, as long as you're still able to pay it, you're fine. So that's what's nice about that.
Yeah, Katrina and I, man, there was a time where when we first got married, maybe even before we were married, I worked at a can't think of simple words right now, restaurant. I was a waiter, and I made like I don't know if they still do it like this. I was making like $2 an hour plus tips or something like that. And Katrina worked at Brahms. Now, we used my tips to pay whatever bills that we could afford to pay. We're always behind on everything. And how we ate was Brahms. I don't know if they still do this or not. They would let their employees, because Brahms has like a little like grocery section where it would get like milk, bread, cheese, whatever. It's almost like Wick. Katrina would bring home some groceries, and they would just take the money right out of her check. So we literally just use basically most of her work hours went to just bringing food home. And then we lived in a trailer, no shit, had no electricity. No, I'm sorry. One part of my dad lived there. He moved out and let us move in. We didn't know the situation. Apparently he hadn't paid rent in like months. Okay.
Oh shit.
We move in and the landlord shows up, and I'm like, okay, we'll try to get caught up. And he was really nice about it. But we never did pay rent, by the way. We moved out before then. There was a hole in the kitchen where you could see the fucking ground. Like how we took baths was we would heat up hot water in little pots on the stove in the one part of the house that had electricity, because my dad had rigged it up somewhere to get electricity. And would put just enough hot water in the bathtub and mix it with some cold water, and just to get a couple inches of water just to take a fucking bath. Damn. And yeah, it was, dude, we were so fucking poor. Like we were still in gas.
Guess what?
Left and right.
We just fucking figured out our next podcast.
What's that?
The struggles then and now.
Yeah.
Man, but no, I hear you. I fucking hear you because like, oh, damn, fucking yeah. We gonna talk about that one again. But I fuck, bro.
Yeah.
A pot of water, huh?
Yeah. Well, and what's hilarious is that by the time you get enough, by the time you fill it up enough to it's even usable to take a bath, the water you've already put in there's cooled down significantly.
Yeah.
It's a fucking nightmare. But Ryan, I'm gonna go take a nap, dude. I'm still not feeling that well.
Brother, yeah.
We got 50 minutes in today. I think it's a great podcast. I think
That's a great podcast.
Yeah, I think we did good today. Guys, like it says below, please like and subscribe. We really appreciate you guys. I know we didn't do a podcast on Monday. I was sick as a dog. I'm still recovering. So by this time next week, I expect to be back pretty close to 100%, hopefully. But
hopefully. But yeah, bro, get some rest. I'm glad you're doing better. I'm glad that your fever is broken and everything. The family's good. Super glad about that. So yeah, brother. Yeah. So till the next one. Guys, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Share this even to get this out there. We want to grow this podcast, and we do. If you want to see us talk about a topic, feel free to put it in the comments. We do respond to your comments. We like it. We talk back. We reply. And yeah. So with that, man. Until the next one. We'll see you then.
See you, buddy. Bye-bye.
All right.